Hey friends, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I am coming through with another blush first impressions video. Makeup by Mario just hit us with some new blushes. I think Sephora accidentally announced this because if you're signed up for like text messages from Sephora, they kind of put out a picture that included something that looked just like this. It kind of spoiled the launch for Makeup by Mario, but it just made everyone else excited, myself included, as I always get excited when new blushes come out. But I'm going to be sharing my first impression on these two new blushes from Makeup by Mario. So if you want to see the swatches, what I think, and how these perform, definitely keep on watching. I got up bright and early this morning and drove on over to Sephora, and they had these on display. I really wanted to get one of the pink shades, but after swatching it, I was like, ooh, I don't know, this looks a little bit too bubblegum pink. Now that I've seen Makeup by Mario post more swatches of that shade, I'm like, okay, I think I need to get it. I have two shades now. Who knows if I'm gonna like this or not. Now, I will say this is technically the same, if not a little bit different than the Skin Enhancer. I know that that is a fan favorite from Makeup by Mario. I did try that out when it first came out, and personally, I did not really care for it. I didn't really care for how it wore. From what I've gathered, this kind of is just like that bronzer Skin Enhancer product, except these are blushes, but I know how to make a dewy glowy blush work. Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veils retail for $30 a piece, the same price range as all of his other products, if not a little bit more. He did come out with 6 different shades of this product. I picked up 2. The first shade that I decided on is called Rose Crush, and then the other shade I got was Berry Punch, which is the deepest in the line. So this is supposed to be a light coverage, radiant finish cream formula. It has hyaluronic acid. It's supposed to be plumping and hydrating. This sheer formula is made with hyaluronic acid to plump and hydrate while enhancing cheeks with a dewy finish. It says the non-comedogenic blush grips the skin while pearlescent pigments create a luscious finish for the perfect no makeup effect. So all that I have on right now is, of course, like my base. I have on a tinted moisturizer, primer, of course, moisturizer, and some cream bronzer. But I went pretty light with the base, but I don't have any blush on or any powder on. Because this is a dewy formula, I wanted to really make sure I give this, you know, the proper shot that it deserves. So it does come in the classic Makeup by Mario packaging. It has the clear front, which I do love, because if this is sitting in your drawer, you can see exactly what you're pulling, which is one of my favorite things. It's like it's the little things for me. The shade is called Rose Crush. I wanted something that would be a little bit more on the neutral side, but perfect for every day. So I'm gonna go in with this one first, but I wanna show you the other shade. This one is Berry Punch. Gorgeous shade. This is so gorgeous. I cannot wait to get this on the face. I just cannot. I'm gonna take one of my favorite blush brushes. I'm gonna take the e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, and I'm gonna kind of coat this in here. Hopefully in the close-ups you can see, but it kind of is a little bit textured, which is so interesting. If you've tried the Skin Enhancer, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. This is actually really pretty. This shade is so gorgeous. It does have a radiance to it. It is pretty sheer the first go around, but oh my goodness, this shade is beautiful. This is a beautiful shade. Okay, that was layer number 1. We're gonna go in with a second layer of this. Now this is a sheer formula, but I wanna see if it's a buildable. It doesn't say buildable, but I'm hoping it's buildable. So this is gonna be layer number 2 of this. Gosh, I love this shade. This shade is gorgeous. And look at how radiant and plump my cheeks look. Are you joking? This is very dewy. Like, dewy is not one of my favorite types of blushes, but whenever I go in with a dewy blush, I always set it with a powder blush. That is just what I do. I do that for all of my blushes. I'm not gonna do that today with this one because I want you guys to see how it looks. I'm also gonna kind of show you the vibe of this blush like after I've finished all of my makeup. But this is beautiful. I like the shade. I'm intrigued to see how this is gonna look after I've powdered my face and did the rest of my makeup. On the sheer side, tried, but the fact is you can see this color on my skin. So I'm not even mad at it. You can see it. It looks beautiful. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into by picking the shade because I wanted a shade that would be perfect for every day. And that's what the shade is giving. It's giving. This shade is kind of reminding me of Earthy Pink in his stick blush, which I will go grab so we can do a little bit of a comparison. So I went and grabbed Earthy Pink in his stick blush. I'm gonna swatch this one. Like, look at that. That looks so similar. Those look like really similar shades. I already knew I love Earthy Pink as like a really beautiful everyday blush. So when I saw this shade, I already knew that I needed that shade. I'm gonna do a swatch here. Okay, and I'm gonna swatch it right next to Earthy Pink. Definitely sheer. I feel like this one's a little bit more brighter. This one is kind of subdued. Let me go in with a second swatch. Yeah. See, it definitely does build up. They're not exactly the same, but they kind of are on the same like wavelength and kind of in the same family. Now for the shade that I'm the most excited for, which is this one. This one is in the shade Berry Punch. And of course, I have Plumberry to compare for you, but we're gonna try this on the face first. I have two e.l.f. dual brushes, so I'm not going in with the same brush, just so you know. So I'm taking a completely different one. I told you, this is my favorite for cream blushes. It's literally the best. I'm coating it. I feel like this one might be more pigmented than the last. Oh yes, this is my kind of shade. This is my kind of shade right here. This is everything. Love this shade so much. It definitely does add a really pretty glow to the cheeks, but like I said, I have to set this. It is too like glowy for me. Like it's not set. I mean, once you've tried this product and you get it, if this is a product you feel like you're gonna have to set as well with a powder or something, because I really see this transferring super, super heavy if you do not set it with anything. So let me know. All right, going in with more layers. I'm literally just like building this up. I'm going ham over here, but I love blush. This is beautiful, and I purposely wore a tinted moisturizer today. I don't think this is a product that I would use for, you know, full coverage foundations. Only tinted moisturizers. Perfect for the summertime. Let me know which shade you like better. I feel like both of them give a different vibe. I feel like I'd reach for this one more just because I love my berry tone blushes. I feel like the other blush is more of what I would use for like an everyday makeup look. But like today, this goes perfectly together. So, okay, let's do a comparison with Plumberry Stick Blush from Makeup by Mario. So this is the deepest shade in his stick blushes. Truly, truly beautiful. Now let's swatch this blush. Definitely more dewy here. Yeah, these are, I would say, definitely the closest match out of the two that I have. I know some of you are probably gonna ask me how these compare. Now I feel like this one, I feel like the stick blushes definitely have way more pigment. They're not as glowy and dewy as the new blushes. And I also feel like the new blushes have way more included and infused with them. But I do love the stick blush formula. I think after just first impressions trying this one and then having the stick blushes and trying those for a while, I think I prefer the stick blushes over these, but don't get me wrong, I will be using these. So I just added a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna go in with some powder. I'm gonna take the Ami Collet setting powder, and I'm gonna set under my eyes. I'm just keeping this powder directly under my eyes. I'm not bringing it low over the blush because I think I'm gonna use another powder for this one, since this one kind of has a tint to it. I had to go and see if I had a translucent powder. I feel like a lot of my powders are like more banana, but I do have a translucent one that I love, and it is this one from Dominique Cosmetics. Press over this blush to set it. Oh, okay. Okay, the blush is still peeking through. Let's try this side since it's a deeper blush. I'm lightly pressing. I'm not like going ham. I'm like lightly tapping. The blush definitely does kind of peek through. Now, if I wasn't filming this video, I definitely would have set these blushes with a powder blush, like a corresponding powder blush. But I didn't want to do that because I want you to see exactly how this blush looked. I feel like if I would have set it with the powder blush, some people would not have been happy with me, and I get it. So I feel like the blush is slightly peeking through with the lighter shade, but with the berry, I feel like it is peeking through a lot more. Really beautiful. I feel like it still kind of has like a little bit of a sheen to it as well, but I kind of want to add a little bit on top. I know that might defeat the purpose, but I just want to see what it looks like if a little bit of something, you know, like a little bit of something back. So this is the berry one. I just want to see. Yeah, see, like you can really see it. And then if I didn't put powder on here, if I just use what was left, I wonder how this would look. Okay. Yeah, like if I can just like tone this down a little bit without going in with excess powder, like this is gorgeous. Like it took away a little bit of the shine. I just used what was left on this powder puff, and the blush is still showing, so I like that. Like I can work with this, I really can. Let's see, the lighter one, just a little bit, tapping over this. So it does go over powder. I wouldn't do it over powder though. Me personally, I just prefer doing it before I powder my face. Now I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll close out the video. All right, friends, let's get into my final first impressions thoughts on these new blushes from Makeup by Mario. I knew these were gonna be just like the skin enhancer that he first launched. Like I said, I personally wasn't a fan of that. I just didn't like how greasy it made my forehead look. Having oily combo skin, that is just not a vibe that I love. I like a dewy, glowy blush on occasion. Whenever I do go in with a dewy or a glowy blush, I always set it with the powder blush. And I definitely think that's exactly how I would use these. And I'm not even mad at that. I am not mad at that at all. I think this is such a beautiful formula. I love that it adds a glow to the cheeks. I did add a little bit of highlight on, which I feel like really does like help this to pop. It's so beautiful. I think my favorite out of the two that I personally picked up is this one, which is the berry one. It is so gorgeous, and I love my berry tone blushes. I feel like I'm going to be using this one a lot more than the other one, but whenever I just want like a more subtle, everyday, more neutral blush, I would definitely go into this one. I feel like this is a product that I definitely would use only with a tinted moisturizer, me personally. You know, there are no rules to makeup on this channel. Literally, there are no rules to makeup. I did purposely go in with a tinted moisturizer today just for this reason, because I was afraid that it wasn't going to be buildable. Now, with that being said, these are pretty buildable. You can get the pigment that you want, or you can keep it pretty sheer, light, natural. I also love that these do feel really lightweight. They don't feel heavy, like they're like sitting on my cheeks. I feel like they literally just melt into the cheeks, and I love the glow that it gives. I don't know how this is gonna wear. I do not know how this is gonna wear. Of course, you know me. I will update you in an upcoming speed makeup review video. I'm filming one today, but these are not gonna be in that video because I really want to, you know, play around with these and really test them out and form my thoughts. But let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this on your wish list? Are you gonna skip out on this product? Let your girl know. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.